my base was essentially 4K a month. I wanted to just double it to 8K. In terms of my income this month, I've cracked 30,000, which I actually couldn't believe, working 1.5 days. I'm really proud of myself that I have the opportunity to do this, that I have created a business structure, that I have the flexibility to do it. The leads and the funnels and everything that I've created beyond that as well has been really valuable and helpful. I think having the community was great. The Notion and the back end was really helpful as well. And now I'm booked out for the next month and a half.
Do you want to just introduce yourself real quick? What's your name and what type of business do you run?
My name is Monika Anna. I'm a clinical nutritionist and I have a telehealth run business online where I support women and couples in the preconception journey.
Nice. Oh, what's your Instagram username, by the way?
Monika_Anna_nutritionist.
And what was your situation like before we started working together?
So I'm almost 2 years postpartum. So my work situation had changed a lot, but from a clinical perspective, I was still very much working ad hoc with clients. So I was fully booked, but I didn't really have much structure with the consultations and the bookings. So I'd book someone once every 4 weeks, maybe once every 6 weeks.
Tell me a little bit about where your revenue and clients were at that point and how you were feeling about that situation.
It would be suitable if I was working 5 days a week, but because I had dropped my days down to 1.5 days, it just simply wasn't enough, unfortunately, for what we wanted to create as a family. I definitely knew that there were other clinicians doing bigger packages. I actually wanted to do a course, which you obviously advised me against, but that's now an additional resource that my clients work with. I suppose the biggest challenge was that people would cancel, they would reschedule, and that's okay, but I just didn't have the predictability with what my finances would be.
So you're only working 1.5 days per week. Obviously, you wanted to make more income, and your first thought process was to create some kind of like low ticket offer. We kind of advised against that. At that time, what were you unable to do in your business and in your life that you wish that you could?
Well, I had no more capacity to increase my financial intake because I wasn't prepared to work more because I've got an almost 2-year-old and that's my priority right now. So I just needed to work out a method. And look, I did. That's where I found I wanted to do a course because I think the information was really valuable. And I was like, it's passive income, but the more I've learned, it's not passive. The numbers and the volume that I needed to get obviously is much more difficult these days. Buyers are a lot more savvy.
And did you feel like that situation had a negative impact on others around you?
In terms of my work?
Just in general, like in work and in personal life?
Look, I mean, of course, when you're trying to look after a small family and we've got a huge personal financial goal, we'll say, then of course, I want to be able to contribute where I can. And it's challenging. It's emotionally demotivating when people aren't showing up or they're not committed to the work, even though as a clinician, like I'm actually good at what I do.
Yeah. How did you find out about us or our company?
I kept seeing similar posts, a few different clinicians, and I started to see a little bit of a similar pattern in the editing. And I think I saw you reposting and liking. And so I actually clicked on your Instagram, which then led me to just doing a bit more investigation. So yeah, I saw the pattern and I followed where the pattern led me to.
Yeah. Nice. Real quick, sorry to interrupt your video, but if you are an online health coach or practitioner and you're looking at scaling your business using content marketing, you want to get more content out, you want that content to be at a higher quality, you want to get more clients, you want to get more cash collected, you want to do all that in less time, make sure you hit the first link in the description and book a call with us. We've helped dozens of online coaches just like the one that you're watching do all of those things. So if you want that to be you too, make sure you hit the first link in the description. Otherwise, back to the video. And then before you kind of jumped on board, did you have any doubts or fears about working with us?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, because I wasn't earning much money, I used to be able to have a full-time wage to only working 1.5 days. I was like, this is going to be a huge risk. I know we had an initial consultation where I even said I'm not necessarily willing to lay out the investment to begin with. I only wanted editing. I only wanted somebody to help me with my videos. Little did I know this was obviously so much more than that, which was really valuable.
And then what made you say yes to coming on board anyway?
I saw your stuff probably for about 2-3 months before I even engaged. I think that's really taught me about how my clients are now approaching me. The consistent growth from other clinicians, and I was really able to see what kind of engagement that they were getting from their work, the professionalism and the way that you edited the videos, like it was succinct. I could see that there was a pattern within all of that again. So all of that lined up for me. I think then just having a conversation with you, you were able to personalize it. I think you were quite frank about what you were offering. And so I think then that lined up with my personality. I said, okay, let's do it. I need to take some kind of risk in this because if nothing changes, nothing changes.
100%. So obviously you said you only wanted video editing at the start. Obviously we're helping you with your video editing, but there's a lot of other things that we've helped you with as well. Do you want to just quickly recap for the viewers' sake what we've worked on and what you found the most helpful?
I think it was just restructuring my entire business. Like I said, I went in wanting to do a course, but what you kept saying was do what you do best, which is the clinical work, and build on that. More of that container or that mentorship has always been something I've wanted to do, but the insurmountable amount of work that needed to get to there, I just didn't have it. But I think having your support was really valuable, and also just having that belief in myself that we could do.
Yeah. So we helped you create a better offer and then build some kind of a sales process around that. And then obviously build the content strategy to support that. You mentioned obviously felt like a lot of work, at least to do it yourself. How did you feel going through the process with our support?
Everything just was packaged. Firstly, I would say you pretty much said you're here and you need to get to here, and to just keep it absolutely simple with that first. The Notion and the back end was really helpful as well. I think having the community was great because I could also see what they were doing and have those, conversations with other clinicians to see, what's working. I think I've asked you a few things that other clients had done, and you were very honest in saying, don't do that right now. That's not for you. So yeah, a combination of you provided resources, the community, all of that was there.
Nice. Okay. So tell me where you were at from an income and from a social media perspective before we started working together, and where you're at now.
Social media has been a very good growth. So I think we started and I was in 15K jail for about 4 years. And so I finally moved out of that. So it's the 30th. I set a goal to hit 20K by the end of the month, but I won't be able to get there. I'm at 19.6. So I've had really good growth because I think the followers are actually valuable followers as well, which is really important. I've gone viral in the past before, and that really didn't equate to good quality leads. So that's been really positive. The engagement, the leads and the funnels and everything that I've created beyond that as well has been really valuable and helpful. My mailing list has grown, which is obviously the most important part as well long term with this. In terms of my income this month, I've cracked 30,000, which I actually couldn't believe, working 1.5 days.
I didn't even know that. That's absolutely mental. Let's go.
So yeah, there you go. Let's go. We locked in. Yeah, look, November, December, even January, I was questioning all of this, but I think it's that long game, obviously recognizing it was Christmas and New Year's. And now I'm booked out for the next month and a half, which is great. And these are all contained clients.
The goal that you set at the start was like 5K a month, right? Because you're only working 1.5 days.
My base was essentially 4K a month. I wanted to double it to 8K. So 30K is definitely a lot more than that.
Yeah. And working how much?
1.5 days, like front facing with clients.
And how does that make you feel?
Like I wear the pants in the family. I'm really proud of myself. I'm incredibly grateful that I have the opportunity to do this, that I have created a business structure, that I have the flexibility to do it. It means that, I can give back to my community and my clients even more so. So yeah, I'm very glad. Token saying I wish I did it earlier.
True that. What do you feel like you're able to do now that you couldn't do before?
Follow a strategy that works and understand the rinse and the repeat of it, which is really important. Every single day, Monday through to Saturday, I have specific tasks and emails and everything that I need to follow to create this. So I just didn't have that before. It was post whenever I had time, whenever my daughter was having a snooze, whereas now there's obviously accountability, there's a financial commitment to this. It means that I stick to it and it's working.
Mm-hmm. Nice. What positive impact do you feel like that has had on you and others around you?
It's taken the stress and the overwhelm out and the complete confusion of what the fuck do I post next? I guess I've niched down even further. So it's just created clarity with what I want from a client, what I need from a client, what kind of client I want in return. Yeah, it's created a lot of certainty of what I do. And the people around me, well, I'm I know my partner's incredibly happy of what we're doing and building on from that. And it's just opening up so many more opportunities of what I can do and how much I want to continue supporting the community.
If you had to give advice to somebody who was maybe in a similar position to you when you started, what would you tell them if they were on the fence about not even getting our help, just getting help in general?
You can be the best clinician out there, but if you don't have a marketing strategy, nobody's going to know about you. That's the one thing that I've really learned. People are no longer walking into stores and walking up to you as a clinician. Like, you really need to scream louder than the next person, and having that strategy and clarity and a repeatable message, that's what's going to bring those clients. And that comes from effective marketing. It's changing and we need to be up to date with social media.
100%. Any last words?
Let's do it again.
Let's go. If you've made it to the end of this video and you are an online health coach or practitioner and you're looking at scaling your business using content marketing, you want to get more content out, you want that content to be at a higher quality, you want to get more clients, you want to get more cash collected in less time, make sure you hit the first link in the description, book a call with us, and we can find out whether we can help you. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm coming at you with lots more value. Let's lock in. Have a nice day. Have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Farewell.